the very worst. He has bipolar, acute schizophrenia, which is voices, monsters, grandeur, contracts for record deals, those kind of things.
Jonathan Allen walks into court with a serious problem. He's dealing with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. And there's a strict no-contact order keeping him away from his own mother. His family believes helping him could save him. But the court sees risk, safety, and a history of unstable behavior. Jonathan likely thought this would be simple. Let his mom help, get treatment, move forward. But instead, the courtroom turns into a debate about danger, mental illness, and responsibility. One wrong decision here could change everything, not just for him, but for his family. You're about to see the exact moment it all hangs in the balance.
All right. So, State, did you have a chance to talk to the complainant in this case?
We did, Judge.
All right. So are we still on the same page, or do you all want to talk to public integrity?
This time, oh, sorry.
Yes.
Judge, we've reviewed actually in the meantime, in the interim, the prior statements and prior videos, body cam, those kinds of things from the original offense states. I'm going to talk to Ms. Kane about what's going to be entailed to go forward with the conviction integrity unit. I'm pretty familiar with them. I know what they're going to kind of require. I don't know that it's going to be something to go forward, but it's obviously something that she's wanting to do. So I think it might be something that I'll let her at least talk to them and point her in the right direction. I don't know if it'll be successful, but we'll point her in the right direction, Judge.
All right. So where we are is the no harmful or injurious contact. My understanding is that the request is that the no contact order be lifted. And the reason why that no contact order is in place is due to the nature of the case. So State, are you in agreement to removing that or no?
We are not, Judge.
Right.
Not only due to the nature of the case, but also due to the behavior that's exhibited in this supplemental report, the not abiding by the no contact order in the first place, and also his discharge from Salvation Army for disorderly conduct. And the state has been made aware that maybe his medication is not stable as well. And so for those reasons, the state is concerned for the complainant's safety and would object to changing.
All right. So do all parties agree that there's some mental health issues going on in this case?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, so here's my question. And I'm not going to say he's in violation of the no contact order today. How did he get here today? Did his mom bring him?
He did with permission from probation.
Okay.
It's something that she screened because he doesn't have any other transportation. That's part of our problem here. He can't get to his psychiatrist to be able to get the proper medication and to get evaluated for that medication because he can't get there. The only medication he's getting right now is through MIC. And it is,
Do they have?
not Cymbalta. It's a newer generation bipolar medication to treat his depression. The problem we have though is that he has a schizophrenic component as well as the bipolar depression. So he's essentially a schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type depressed. So he's got to have an antipsychotic that gets added into that mix.
So is he able to take the VIA bus?
In his current state, probably not.
Okay.
I don't know that he can navigate that, Judge. And that's part of our problem. He's currently residing in a house that is owned by his mother, but is not with his mother.
Okay.
His mother is the guardian of his children. And she's very protective of them, especially if Mr. Allen gets into a state where, you know, he's having his symptoms being exacerbated. She's very conscious of making sure that those kids are protected. And it's mostly just from seeing him in that state where they would be confused and not be able to understand what was happening.
All right. Do we know if Center for Healthcare Services provides transportation?
They will if you are involved in one of their FACT Act or AOT programs.
Yeah.
But you got to be involved in one of those programs in order for them to be able to provide that kind of a service. honestly, Judge, to address the issues that were raised, he was staying at Salvation Army. My experience with Salvation Army is if you don't go out and work for them, they're gonna kick you out. If you don't give them your food stamp card, they're gonna kick you out. Because that's basically just kind of how they operate and how they make money to fund what they've got to fund. I don't know what happened. I don't think any of us have. We don't have that evidence in front of us. But my client needs a place to live and he needs a way to get treatment. That's really what we're talking about. He's not gonna be living with her. He's not gonna be, in a constant contact or anything like that. We just want it so that if he needs some help, she can provide that help to him.
Well, who stays with the children if if she's transporting him?
She's, right now, she was supposed to pick them up from school. She made arrangements to get, friends of the family to do that. And so she's got arrangements, and has people that can watch, the children. And they're school age, so they're in school during the day.
So what is the answer to this issue? Because I'm looking for transportation now for persons who are suffering from mental health issues. And I'm not finding anything in San Antonio.
There is,
Your Honor, I don't know that the state can speak to that. All the state can speak to is the concern for the safety of the victim in this case. And that's where my concerns lie with putting them in contact with each other. I don't know if maybe the other family members who are watching their children can maybe instead take the defendant. That might be an option.
what I would say, Judge, and it's probably is, and please don't take this the wrong way,
No.
but one of the allegations is that Mr. Allen's been in contact with his mother repeatedly. And I think that even says in the probation's report that they got us here today, that he is not, it's hard for him to really understand that order. But what I would say is, despite all that, there's been no incidents of any kind of violence or any kind of aggression or anything during this whole time.
Just so the record is clear, the disorderly conduct was noted in the supplemental report. So I don't want to disagree with Mr. McLean, but I don't think that's entirely accurate. I was speaking with probation and they do have an option for transportation.
Okay, yes.
So we did have a presentation by the Access Program, which is through the Center for Healthcare Services. And from what they relayed, it's a branch out from the MIC program. So they do offer transportation services if they're accepted into that program. I don't know what the screening would entail. I'm sure if he's in the MIC program, there's probably likely that he could be in with the Access Program as well, but that would be something that we could send a referral and see if they could assess that. But as you know, it goes with the center and whatever appointments he has with their case managers.
Oh, and we have someone here in the courtroom now.
Go look around.
Renee, come forward. All right, so we're trying to find transportation for him, mental health issues.
I was looking, Judge, I couldn't help it over here, Via Trans also, is through with the Via bus system, but for people with disabilities that can't make it on a normal bus, so I don't know if that's maybe an option as well. But if you're looking for a particular program, I would guess need some more information, but.
And I will tell you, my concerns are the same concerns that the state have, because we're here for an injury case. And then we're having transportation. Today, everything is great. But what if everything is not great with the contact?
And I honestly, Judge, I share the same concerns, but having spoken with Mrs. Kane and her being so adamant that she does not have these concerns, to some degree alleviates my concern. I understand what the court's saying, and as we all know, mental health situations can change quickly. But my concerns are for my client getting him the services that he needs in the most expeditious way that we can, and in a consistent way. And frankly, I just think that his mother being able to provide that to him would do that. Obviously, you know, if there's some sort of harmful or injurious conduct, he's coming back and he's talking to you and he's
Well,
looking
let's
at
bring
10 years.
let's bring his mom forward. Thank you, Renee. We're gonna go on the record. The court is calling 2022 CR 11097 State versus Jonathan Kane Allen. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones?
Defense?
David McLean for the defense.
All right, and is that your client, Mr. Allen?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, and we are here because the defense, through the defendant's mother, wishes to have the no contact order lifted and have it changed to no harmful or injurious contact. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, and the mother, if you would like to call her as a witness?
I would, Your Honor.
Name.
Jeff, do we need to swear her?
Yes, I'm going to swear, but if you'll
Okay.
call her name for the record.
Absolutely. The defense calls Sally Kane.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Sally Rebecca Kane.
All right, just one moment.
C-A-I-N.
Excuse me, in the back, if y'all can just ask the deputy to move you to the back row. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Kane, how are you related to Jonathan? Make sure you speak up nice and loud. This young lady over here has to hear everything.
I'm
we're
his
saying.
mother.
Thank you. At this point, is there a no contact order in place where Jonathan is not able to have contact with you?
I've never actually seen it or known about it except for hearsay.
Okay, but to your knowledge, there is one in place?
Yes, I believe so, from the probation officers. Remark.
Okay, and are you concerned for your safety being around Jonathan?
No.
Let me ask you this, does Jonathan have a mental health issue?
He has the very worst. He has bipolar, acute schizophrenia, which is voices, monsters, grandeur, contracts for record deals, those kind of things. And the reason that Jonathan is in this situation is because his illness escalated and the medicine couldn't cover it. And he actually went off the rails before we could get into a doctor.
Okay, and so at this point, are you asking the court to remove that no contact order?
I am. And it's very important to me to go to the appointments with Jonathan because I am an observer of the symptoms, the frequency of them, the seriousness of them. And I know the psychiatrist that I used before.
And you realize that if there was another episode where Jonathan perhaps became unstabilized again, are you concerned that he would become violent?
No, in fact, he's a little bit unstable now. The medicines that he's on are not hitting all marks.
Okay, what medication is he currently on?
You want to pull my phone out?
Is that okay, Judge, if she looks?
Sure.
Yeah, you can refresh your memory,
Oh, as far as the medications?
just for the medication.
Sure.
Text. It was in the text that he sent you.
I had it here just for you earlier, right?
It was in the text.
It's in a text? Oh. Okay. That's not it. Oh. this one. Caplita.
Okay, CAPLYTA.
And this is 42 milligrams. And Jonathan, do you take one? Takes one.
Okay, and so To your understanding, is Caplyta a medication for bipolar?
I'm not aware, I'm not familiar with it. It's a
Okay.
new medication to me. But that's the way it works when you start a new medication. You observe it and then you adjust it.
Okay. Do you know if he's taking any kind of an antipsychotic other than the Caplyta?
No,
Okay,
sorry.
all right. And so, does he receive that medication from his psychiatrist or does he get that through the MIC unit?
Gets it from his probation officer.
Probation, okay.
Yes.
Is it your desire that he be able to see his regular psychiatrist and get back on medication that will help him with his mental health issues?
Oh, yes, because he's like actually the best in Texas, Dr. Zufrow.
All right,
He used to be in charge of the Texas Mental Health Organization.
in the event, let's say the judge lifted this no contact order and there was a no harmful or injurious contact. In the event that Jonathan actually became aggressive and assaulted you, would you hold the state of Texas harmless and not liable for lifting this order?
Absolutely.
With that, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Any questions?
Not from the state, Your Honor. The state would ask that we go off record for just one moment. We can
Yes.
find out some information.
All right, yes, we're off the record. Are you all ready?
Yes.
All right, I'm ready to make my ruling unless you all have anything else you wish to add.
Just the information that we did find out from probation, and just for the clarity of the record, is that there was no permission given for Ms. Kane to bring the defendant here today. The permission given was that she could attend the court hearing only. And so I just did want the court to have that information.
All right, so this is what the court is going to order. There's to be no contact. The only exception to the no contact order is the following. She may transport him to his medical appointments and court hearings. And there's to be no contact with minors. Mr. Kane? I'm sorry, Jonathan Allen Kane? All right, these are the court's orders. The only time you can have contact with your mother is if she is transporting you to your medical appointment or to a court hearing. Do you understand?
I want to appeal this to the Supreme Court,
Okay,
and I was told not to say anything by Director
no,
of
you
FBI.
can still appeal it, but for
To the
now,
court.
until that appeal is taking place at the US Supreme Court, my orders are the only contact your mother can have with you is if she's taking you to your medical appointments, which I think both parties are agree that he needs to take that he needs to see a psychiatrist
Yes.
and that he needs to stay on his medications.
Your Honor, could I request one other thing?
Right.
And I understand that's for physical contact, being in proximity of each other, those kind of things. Is it possible that they could at least communicate to each other via phone or text?
No.
How,
No.
how would she make arrangements?
My
to
understanding
do
is that she has the information about when his medical appointments occurred. That's what, off the record, we spoke about, that she does have that information, so she knows when his medical appointments are. So the only exception for her having contact with him is for his medical appointments, his court hearings. He's not to come to her home. And when I say come to her home, I mean the home where she is residing with the children, and there's to be no contact with the minors. And yes, sir, you can appeal to the Supreme Court. Your attorney will tell you how to do that.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate
All
your
right, thank you.
consideration. Thank you.
This case wasn't about guilt or innocence. It was about risk. A mother willing to stand by her son. And a system trying to protect everyone involved. The court now has to decide, is support enough, or is the risk too high? When mental illness meets the justice system, where should the line be drawn? Was this compassion? Or a dangerous gamble? Drop your thoughts below.